At Breastfeeding Mothers Support Group Singapore, we understand that breastfeeding mothers need a shoulder to lean on. It can seem confusing navigating breastfeeding, and we know that it can be overwhelming. As mothers ourselves, we know that every mother needs a listening ear from someone who understands. BMSG offers mother-to-mother support to any mother who needs information and support while breastfeeding through our volunteer breastfeeding counsellors. Mothers are able to contact us via our hotline, WhatsApp, private virtual groups, as well as face-to-face sessions. BMSG also offers support to family members during our breastfeeding workshops.
At BMSG, we believe that a breastfeeding mother who feels supported will be more likely to succeed at breastfeeding. More importantly, we provide evidence-based information so as to encourage mothers to make an informed decision on how she feeds her baby.
I really appreciate the help that BMSG has rendered me during the start of my breastfeeding journey. I felt supported, cared for, and well-informed. Their assistance was warm and non-judgmental, and I wasn't afraid to ask questions. BMSG has really made a difference in my mothering journey.
Our BMSG volunteer counsellors are trained to support breastfeeding mothers and their families with well-researched breastfeeding information and knowledge on breastfeeding.
The BMSG takes pride in providing a 10-week training, mentorship and support program for budding counsellors to ensure that they are well prepared to support mothers in the community. Our counsellors are the bridge to what mothers need to know about breastfeeding and how they can sustain their journey for as long as mutually desired by the diet.
The postpartum period can be overwhelming, so our counsellors are trained to empower mothers to make decisions best for themselves and their babies.
Our counsellors are trained to identify common breastfeeding issues such as starting breastfeeding, establishing their milk supply, and sustaining breastfeeding in the long term. We are also able to support mothers through the important milestones in their life, like returning back to work or weaning. We hope to be a companion for mothers, especially those who might feel that they are alone in their journey. Our role is to enlighten and empower each mother so that she can make informed decisions for herself and her baby in a safe and non-judgmental environment.
Breastfeeding mothers thrive when the whole community rallies behind them. Because of this, BMSG believes in bringing together a community of breastfeeding supporters. BMSG regularly organizes activities for breastfeeding families. We conduct the Big Latch On, talks, virtual counseling sessions, and seminars to bring the breastfeeding community together. We also believe that breastfeeding education should include immediate family members as they are key to successful breastfeeding.
I am grateful that the Breastfeeding Mothers Support Group involves husbands and fathers in their wives' breastfeeding journeys. With the Breastfeeding Mothers Support Group, I learned and I understood the science behind breastfeeding and, more importantly, how best to support my wife in her breastfeeding journey.
BMSG works together with families and the community to normalize breastfeeding within the society. As Singapore's only breastfeeding charity, BMSG relies heavily on public donations to continue providing free services to mothers.
Breastfeeding is still something not very well understood in the community. Despite that, thousands of mothers and babies have benefited from our counseling and other activities. Beginning from over 50 years ago with a small group of mothers helping other mothers to breastfeed, our work will continue to have a positive impact on families and the society as a whole, as BMSG continues to grow and work with various stakeholders to make breastfeeding a part of the Singapore fabric. Your donations and continued support will help us to reach out to more mothers and families who are considering breastfeeding or need help with it. Breastfeeding is a public health concern, and BMSG is the only charity in Singapore with this mandate of promoting and protecting breastfeeding for our future generations and for a healthier Singapore.
BMSG also works with other stakeholders within the community. We recognize employers who champion breastfeeding mothers at the workplace. Employers are also able to leverage on BMSG resources. BMSG rallies with community partners to support the well-being of breastfeeding mothers. Together, we can empower mothers by creating strong support within families, workplaces, and society. If you believe in our cause or have benefited from BMSG's services and initiatives, do consider donating to our organization to help us continue providing free breastfeeding initiatives. With your support, we will continue to expand our initiatives to champion breastfeeding as a normal part of our social fabric. Walk with us at BMSG, for we are your champions for life. Thank you for watching.